Okay, well, I fucked up, and I'm doing a voiceover on this recording because my mic was muted the whole time that I recorded this video, and I didn't know it. So that was a big meme. Anyway, yeah, over the last video we went over the new gear that I went in, and now we're in a nice little 13 DOS, I think, is what this one ended up being. And we got a bunch of gamers in here who aren't yet mega geared, but they're all like good at the game. You'll see in this dungeon, we just blast this dungeon. It is a 13, but still we blast it really easily, so that's good to see. Got people asking what we're gonna do. I'm just getting a little geared up here. And let's see here. What happens next? Yeah, it's just starting up. I got my coffee in there. I got my coffee in real life too. I'm sipping on out of the same mug that you're seeing on the screen. It's like I'm just there. It's like I don't do anything different. Pulling soon. I don't remember what we were saying, but nothing important. Oh yeah, that's right. I needed to ready check. I didn't realize I was the lead there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, dungeon starting. Yeah, so I'm super mega cringe pissed because my dad has COVID, so now I might get COVID. 2 years I went with being safe, being regular, as we open up into this first pack.
Watch your step.
The spinning crick, and then I go right into my weapons, into my fire, into my everything. What did I press? I pressed Ox. I haven't pressed shield yet, but now I do. Spin crane kick the whole time, keep my Jade Winds up the whole time, keep the fire up the whole time, and this pack is super easy. Didn't end up lusting it, but I got Woe, but I wanted to get her. Doesn't matter. Just monitoring my health. Oh yeah, I pressed 4 brew already now. So it's about to fall off, so now I have to be careful here. But not too careful because all the mobs are dead anyway, so. Hop a little absorb shield as I run away. All of it gets yoinked by the stagger. I heal myself up and we're good to go to the next pack. Alright, so I don't have much going into this pack, so I'm gonna wait until my healer gets close to pull. And now we're just pumping. Taking care of explosives. I do notice the disease on myself. So I go ahead and dispel that. Kill these explosions. You know, killing explosions is good, but I turn my back to the mobs too much. It might be a bad thing. I've got so I don't need to worry too much about defensives. Let's see. I'm not doing anything much. I don't have enough energy to double barrel, which is pretty bad. But it's fine. Pack's over. What did I use that pack? I used weapons when it came off cooldown. That's all I used. Maybe I think I used my ratio on the opener. Alright, so we go into this next pack, just another pack. So I think yeah, they knock it, and then at the same time as I like sweep, so a bit of an overlap on CC there, but it doesn't matter, they died within the 1 CC is all we needed. So now my thoughts are to wait till the Hexer gets a little close, pull that in, kill the Priest, and then when the Hexer's halfway, kill the next pack. So kill the Priest quick. Thought about Ring of Peace, but didn't need to. Alright, so we got the Hexer to, what, like 80%? Yeah, Maybe I would have liked to see 70%, but I hate just playing one mob. It feels so terrible. Alright, so I pop my brew and my heal and my shield. Stand in this guy's little crit circle on the ground if you can see it. Get a little extra damage, a little extra defensiveness. I have weapons rolling. I got kegs smashing down. And I'm just talking about blasting, because I'm just absolutely pumping this pack right now. Alright, nice. Go ahead to the next pack. I'm just gonna rop them here maybe, or what do I do? Yeah, I rop them. And that was a big explosion. That guy didn't take the chain lightning out, but that's fine. So we got some single target stuns on them as well to stop the other two. That was great. This is all I'm talking about, my team's blasters, I can tell. When you go into this hallway and people actually stun those mobs, gamers. There's a quick little check for Night Fae. Looks like we do have one, so I will do jar pulls. Because why not use the jar pulls if they're available? Here we go into the jar pull. Just stand into this corner. Kill the explosions, and there goes the jar. Wrap that guy in a little closer so people can cleave easier, including me. I pop my weapons. Pop some more spinning crane kick. Some more kegs. And my shield. Okay, I fucked up my recording a little bit there, but here we go, back into the action. I'm not sure what happened. The dude died a little bit, and got back in there though. So we are finishing up this pack. God, look at me on those meters, man. Absolutely blasting. I got the dispels up for some reason. I don't know why I have that up. Must have been looking at, yeah, I don't know what, raid maybe? Raid dispels, I look at that sometimes because people fuck up the raid dispels. Anyway, pretty simple boss. Only 2 million health on a 13. Kill Oh, no, we killed Woe. Yeah, that's right. We killed Woe for some reason. These people, they're pumpers, but they don't know how to single target the relics at the beginning of the fight. But it doesn't matter that much. Woe is fine. It gives a little damage reduction on this fight anyway. Always good for the healer to have that. Yeah, I've never really understood how to, if there's anything special to do with this boss or what, but I gotta watch some of these MDI strats maybe to see what the tanks do, but I just kind of tank in that spot and move when I have to. I don't know. What did I use? I used weapons on this already. Haven't used my Ox yet. I think I'm gonna hold the Ox since the boss is already dead. Practically.
Defensive.
Somehow this shaman is pumping. Oh, it's because he's got his elemental. He's got his elemental out, so that's good.
Defensive.
I gotta watch my feet a little bit, but not too much. I was just there to smack. Nice. Yeah, no, we killed this boss so fast that we actually still have the woe buff. 60-second debuff. Oh yeah, okay. We have the woe debuff technically, even though it's all benefits, it's still a debuff. Which fucking was huge. 20 seconds of it after the boss is dead. Oh, there I go, singing a little bit. Probably singing Cinema. I've been singing that song too much in my recordings lately. I'm about to get fucking copy strike by Harry Styles. I would let him blast me though. Right in the you-know-where. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I do this pack. I do this pull like this so I can get behind it, and then I'm just gonna taunt it over to the jar once everyone else gets into position here. Yeah, see, these guys know what I'm thinking. So we had that hunter, took care of that thing, and then I just taunted again to bring it over to the jar, and then we open the jar. So I take care of that explosive, throw a keg down, and then we just start blasting it. Set that on fire. Throw some more kegs down, throw the AoE down. I'm surprised I didn't weapons here. I guess I wanted to save it for the next pack. That's right, yeah, no, I did want to save it for the next pack because this thing was going to die so fast anyway. Would have wasted like 20 seconds of the buff. Much better to have it here. Alright, so targeting to get things rolling, and then getting this pack started before the ad pops in, or the pad pops in. Then I just weapons here and start playing defensively. At some point I'll press my shield. Oh, I pressed my Ox, so I'll press my shield soon. Kill the explosion. Pop some more kegs down. There goes my shield up. Not dispelling myself, which is trolling a little bit. But now we have error, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, 6 stacks of the dispel. I should have dispelled myself, but it's fine. Red stagger here, so let's see, do I purge some of that? No, I just let it fucking tick down on me. How did I go back up to red just now? What the hell was that? I don't even know what just happened. That was weird. But finish those things off. Now we go into this one. Taunt it over into position. I have this nice little corner. Some people like to go behind that pillar. I don't know, just to prove that they can, I guess. Wow, I don't know if you saw Brown just crit for 11k on that thing. That was absolutely bonkers. I did not know Brown could hit that hard. Pretty wild. Okay. This guy's asking about woe, so I pick up those ads and then I throw my chi wave onto that explosion, and then I taunt the other one to come over. I've done this pack a couple times with all of them. It's just not worth it. On explosives, these mobs are just too much of a pain in the ass, so it's easier to just do these two in a pug. Run. And then pull the next triple mob. So, alright, everything's dead, so I'm feeling comfortable enough to bring it over. Oh, you can hear my dad. He's blender. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording here while he blends. Alright, blender is done. We can get back into the action. Here we go. Alright, so into the woe drifter now. So we get when we don't properly chain CC is a big AoE damage. Nothing we can't handle though. Pretty easy. Got the woe down, got the pack down. Alright. I recommend if you're not engineering and you're not druid that you pick up engineering. Oh, this was a disaster. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. Engineering wouldn't save you from this, so as soon as I realized what was happening, I just sat there, and the healer made it through, fortunately. That's all that matters, honestly. We could all wipe and we'll just take it. So just telling the healer to mass res, he mass reses me, and then we're here instead, and the rogue as well. And the rogue the rogue doesn't manage to make it. He went a little early there, but that's okay. So now I'm just trying to explain that we need the mass res from over here. The healer doesn't quite understand, but that's okay. I accidentally press my trinket when I'm trying to type. the hunter, no, the druid had released, but he has stealth, so it doesn't matter too much. And then we're getting the mass off now for the rogue, so everything worked out. Taking a sip on my recording. Let's take a sip on this recording, and now we can match up our sips. Recording syncs, sips, sip syncs, sip, sipping, sync sipping. We're syncing sips. That's syncing sips and shipping lips. I think that's how it goes. The saying. Something about hips maybe as well. Alright, going for the again. And these bosses have no HP on Fortified 13, so this guy's just gonna get blasted. Dodge the stun, take a little step back there while I dodge the stun, and then just absorb this extra damage for free. There's no reason not to as a tank, other than letting your DPS get it. But, you know, what DPS wants to do more damage? I don't know. Not them, I guess. I guess since they are the ones that get the arrows, it makes a lot of sense, but he swaps it back. Alright, so we lost here. It's always good to lust Maleficent because she can be a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with as a healer. A lot of uninterruptible damage for the tank, and Milhouse just spam cast Frostbolt, so the icon for that circle, purple circle, I feel like I'm in the very edge of it, but it keeps dodging me, which is good. You'll see it on this next one too. So yeah, she just dies to the lust. And Milhouse dies these last few percent. Getting the bosses down to 10% of course to kill, because you don't actually kill them. And we go into the next room. 2 bosses down, 2 more to go, and 50% or so to gather. I like doing the woe skip in this wing, the Ardent, on the whatever wing this is called, the Mana Storm wing, because the birds, excuse me, big yawn there. The birds are a lot more pliable to my pulls. Those lubricators are, pull them 2 at a time, and they're a fucking disaster if you don't have enough kicks and interrupts. So pull the spirit here, 800k health, not too worried. I'm gonna open up with a stun instantly, leg sweep those 2, and get my team some room. If you didn't know, you can stun CC those, or disorient, or trap, or, you know, blinding light, Hodge, you know, anything. Leg sweep works really well against them since it's an AoE stun, and they just instantly disappear, those masks. So alright, so we do this pack, so we go over to the side, grab the soldier, grab the death speaker, taunt it over so that we don't have to interrupt it with the first cast, and then we open the jar. So not too worried about the pull yet, because I had my weapons up for a second on the initial burst. Knock that guy into us so we can cleave easier.
Watch your step.
Try to get a kick off if I can. I did get knocked, but I had a good angle, so it didn't matter. Kill some of these explosions. Get back into it. Throw some kegs down. Spinning crane kicks. Yeah, spinning crane kick instead of kegging. That was a mistake.
Watch your step.
Maybe could have had 10k DPS if I didn't make that mistake in that pull. But it's fine. Maybe like 9.5 actually. Still blasted that pack. Of course, we have our survival hunter just throwing bombs down on these groups. It's always good. Alright, I got no movement for these. Well, there's my one roll that I'll have for this hallway. Takes a lot of people a lot of time to get used to this hallway. I know me, I used to just run through it no matter what, just hoping I would dodge, and died one too many times that way. Trying to get through that hallway as fast as possible. Not a good idea. Now we go into this pack, and yeah, so it is explosives, so I'm just gonna do this whole ring really small, 6 or 7 mobs at a time, just because otherwise it gets to be too crazy. If this weren't explosives, I would grab all the deer and those other deer too that are down the way. Maybe some of the birds on the side too. I'd grab like 15 mobs. But that's just too much for explosives. Alright, I went a little too hard, but the elemental's up, so one thing to do when the elemental's up, and I don't see enough tanks doing this, is actually doing enough damage to pull threat off the elemental, A, and B, taunting the biggest hitting thing off the elemental on cooldown, because that elemental will die very quickly. It's very hard to heal it. I don't know. Maybe some of the shamans are better at it than me, but I have to fucking click it as the target of one of the mob's targets and then heal it. It has no party frame, so it's just not fun to heal. And when it dies, it's like 30% of the shaman's overall damage. So if it dies early, it ends up being like 10%, and that's just not fun for the shaman. So I grabbed this pack because it's the Pat pack. I don't want a Pat to walk into me. Couldn't grab that explosion. I targeted it. I thought I was next to it, but I didn't actually look. Tried to kill it a couple times. There's me just on explosive duty as a tank. No one else wants to get them, but it's fine. I'm used to it. Alright, so this pack was a little dangerous. I didn't have much. I had my Fort Brew and my shield, so I ended up weaponing late into the pack just so I don't die. Heal myself up a little bit with some of these cake smashes. Grab this bird that wandered over, and then grab a couple more birds. Looks like another explosion went off. It's fine. Our healer's doing great. Half mana healer still is a shaman. Should be fine. Has most of his cooldowns. And stunning, and I'm keg smashing, so I'm fine. I saw that relic. I thought it was aggroed onto us. I was scared for a second, and then I was like, oh, well, it should be aggroed onto us anyway. We're fine. So I end up grabbing it, and this extra blade beak as well. I was going to go grab that other blade beak that I just hovered over for a second and looked at, but we end up not needing it. Yeah, I pulled a little too much on this pull. I don't remember what extra I grabbed. I think it was this stuff, maybe. It was one extra blade beak I end up pulling. But I think it was only one extra mob, and I think it was that blade beak with that pack. So if there was a way to grab that pack, maybe I think I chi waved it. If I instead taunted the relics, it wouldn't have spread the chi wave. Potentially. I don't know if it works that way. But anyway, that pack got deleted, so now we move on to this next pack. I'm gonna go grab the second Invisible Spriggans, just so we can have a nice little jar pack here. So like I said, use the jar, lose it, might as well use it. Save the healer some stress, and also lets the healer do damage, which means we get through the dungeon faster. So a nice 10 seconds of just no one taking any damage possible. So I dodge those silences, and then we're gonna kite back around to go pick up the other 2 Invisible Spriggans. So I'm just kiting back. Now we go over here, pick these guys up. And we throw everything down, throw the fire down, throw the barrels down, throw the weapons of order up. Smash them with my delicious, delicious brew. Kick them in the face. My blackout kick's been off cooldown for a while. I gotta press that button soon, right? There we go. Finally. Okay. Could have got like 2 blackout kicks in the time it took me to press that, but it's fine. No one needs to be the wiser. Okay, this pack ends up going a little poorly. I don't know how to pull it perfectly, but let's see what ends up happening. Oh, yeah, okay. As I pulled them, they padded over, so I should have pulled a little better, but it'll end up being okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I tried to ROP and the frightened cries got off because, I don't know, the ROP didn't stop the frightened cries for some reason. It didn't get stunned. It just continued to cast while it was being shoved through the ring a piece, so I ended up panicking a bit, but I had my Fort Brew, thankfully, which gives me a big absorb shield thanks to the conduit, and we end up killing her roughly around the same time as things started going bad, so we ended up blowing the pack up, especially thanks to that fucking hunter. That guy just absolutely tore into it, did more damage than 2 of us combined. The rest of us all doing very similar damage, about 1 mil each, and he did about 2, so. But now that we're chain pulling, this is a good chain pull situation, this hallway. So finish up, I had my weapons, so I popped that. Kill some of these explosions. Throw my Jade Winds out, throw my heals out. This guy's taking care of a few of the orbs, good. Finish up this last stag. Oh, that's right, I've been using my death I used my death a few times on a few troublesome mobs, but I don't, I'd have to... Excuse me. Big yawn. I'd have to go back and double check. I forgot, but a few, just use your touch of death. I use it on cooldown and like whenever I see a troublesome mob or something, or finishing up a pack that I just want to get onto the next pack. So I realized we're mega melee heavy in this fight, so we gotta spread those knockups around. So whenever we get them out, I just move the boss a little bit. As a tank, you don't need to get knocked up in this low level key, so I don't. So I just move over to the side a little bit when those come out. That druid really likes to go up for fun, for extra, and now he gets to go up because of the bomb. So now I was gonna go backwards. I mean, I can. I don't know. It's crazy. I've never been to that far side of the boss room. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. I've never seen the need to, but boss is almost dead. I think I death it here. Yeah.
Find shelter.
Talking about death, I knew it was coming up. I knew I'd death it soon. Just use it on cooldown. Plus, it boosts you up in those DPS ratings. Gives you an extra. I don't know what. I think mine probably hit for 70 plus K, so it bumped me up above the rogue. Feels good. Throw yourself up on the meters. Not throw up on yourself. Throw yourself up into the sky is what I am saying here. Because if you threw up on yourself, well, that would be just not a good situation. Alright, well, yeah, I don't know if you saw, I think I had 1 extra minion. Maybe it was that matriarch that got extra pulled because of the frightened cries or something like that. But it was a pretty clean route in terms of percentage. I believe the rogue had used the plus, or the exclamation point DOS weak aura. If you don't have that, it's a pretty nice sweet aura that just auto-assigns people. Put some mark on them too. Oh yeah, there's me styling a little bit on these guys. Just okay. The druid's about to die here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So this was a disaster of a start to the fight, and in my head, I'm just panicking. I'm seeing the hunter getting hit. I'm getting hit by the circles and by the thing, and I just didn't know what was going on. Now the hunter's dead, and we're just calling for resets, so I instantly roll off the edge. It's fine. We also ended up killing Woe for some reason.
Defensive.
Again, I saw these troubles early, and it comes to bite us in the butt right at the very last boss, which is hilarious, but it's fine. So go ahead and release, and we just continue on. We'll go kill Woe fast, and then the boss will actually end up being on the platform around now, so then we just need to run back down to it. Just letting him know that he needs to hit the relics first before hitting the boss. Because I'm not hitting the boss, I'm hitting the relics. So whatever I hit the boss with, my aggro is not going to be a lot. It's just going to be my AoE, like my Jade Wind, and I think that's, yeah, like maybe a spinning crane kick or two by the time the relic dies. So my boss aggro is not heavy, but I think he said it was maybe Convoke that got him in trouble there. Which I don't know why the fuck you're convoking the relics before they die. It's like one of the worst ideas I've heard. You have no control over Convoke. You could easily kill one of the other relics for no reason. So I'm telling these people to stack these debuffs, but what you want to do is sit on top of it when that's about to fall off, because it drops a little thing. Is the people, you know, melee stack on top of each other and range stack on top of each other, and it puts them in nice little pools and gives you the most area to work with as a group. But I don't know what the druid's doing. He went backwards to somewhere. So now I'm just dodging the shockwave. I've pressed my weapons so far. I've pressed fire. I've pressed my racial with the weapons. And the hunter just likes getting hit, and there he goes again, getting hit with the circles. I didn't even notice that the first time. He does need to get rezzed, so hopefully he rezzes. We got the res off, but the Shadow Reality is going off in 1 second. Okay, the Shadow Reality went off, and the hunter didn't res. I think I death this. Yeah, I death it just to be safe. And I wanted to go, maybe go kill that thing. I realized halfway through I should let me and the shaman blast the thing and then maybe come over here and death it, but there's just not enough time. That one does end up dying, I think. No, we don't get the jar opened on that one. Yeah, so I do the calculation. It's front left and back right, for because that jar that I looked at, he killed the mob, but he didn't get the jar open. It was close. So the boss is at 50. We will only have to get like 6% or so. I think it'll do about 40% with the jars remaining. And we just sit on the edge of these orbs and do what we can to dodge. And I'm telling them to stack again, but I mean, they're kind of stacking. The rogue is just going all over the place, doesn't give a shit. All these guys are just getting hit by everything.
Defensive.
But it's fine. Healer pops Ascendance, so we're gonna live. Somehow I got hit by the burn. Yeah, I told me and the healer are gonna go into the top left, and everyone else can take the back right one. So we'll end up blasting this thing.
Find shelter.
Throw down my barrels, set it on fire, throw a little trinket out, throw a little barrel out, throw a little rushing jade of wind, and then there it is. Oh my god, I'm so fucking bad. I just pressed my roll button for no reason. Oh, look at the shame in my face. Oh no. I'm just exclaiming at how good of a player I am. I'm paralyzed with the absolute disgust. Oh, yep, hands to the temple. There it is. I just can't even comprehend how big of a doofus I am. But it's fine. This boss doesn't hurt that bad. If you don't have a tank, because he's got a lot of casts and shit, so you can absorb like 1 or 2 melees, and I think the hunter will get rezzed, and we'll see the shaman, or we'll see like someone die here to the melees, but they got it down to like a little bit. So there he goes. He gets his cast. Now he's gonna start meleeing. Yeah, so he was pissed at the shaman, but they ended up killing it because they blasted, and we ended up getting the dungeon done. It's only a +1, unfortunately.
Defensive.
We had a few deaths, and we ended up getting an IQD, which was huge, and we also ended up getting a Shadow Grasp totem from that hunter who doesn't need it. So the druid kept the IQD, but the hunter trades us the Shadow Grasp totem, and it's actually a sick totem for us to get. Just because it does do a lot of damage in M+. I believe. I think it's pretty good. I don't know. I asked the hunter if he needs, and he instantly trades me, so it's pretty good for us. And we go into the next dungeon pretty soon. So let's see how that goes. I think I said GG and just leave party, yeah. But it was plus rating, which is good. And go ahead and equip that into my bars. Looking at that, I realize I need to put the other trinket in that slot as well. Quick, once I log back on, so I can trade trinkets. Oh, it's fucking smash cut into the first pull of Gambit here. That's right, I forgot to start the recording at the start of the dungeon. So we just smash cut into the middle of the first pull. We pulled the first pack, and then I pulled the Goliath on top of it. And we ended up getting out of that first pack. So easy first pack. Again, explosives, not going to pull big here. A lot of people feel the need to pull big on these first packs because people do this dungeon in 13 minutes on MDI, even though you have 30 minutes to do the dungeon. People think they're all MDI players, but they're not. They don't know how to stop the one thing that needs to be stopped here, which is the fish sticks. And that's me included. I have I'm so bad at stopping this. As you'll see, we'll get a couple of those casts off. In these upcoming packs, I did pretty good on the first few packs, but then I kind of lost the rhythm of it. I didn't know what exactly I could do to prevent the next few, but we end up stopping this one. This one will have, so it'll be the scale binders that we want to look out for. But my DBM just yells at me like that, so like there, we fucked up. Okay, so we fucked up actually the very first one. And then after this, I got like the next two, and then after that, we missed like 1 or 2 more. So yeah, so it's not so easy. It is a 13, so it's not too tough. Punishing. And chain pulling is not so bad because the mobs just run away and they'll die to dots, hopefully. I don't know what sort of dots we even have, but okay, I ended up, okay, so I'm actually just completely misremembering. We also got this totem on this. I'm not sure. I could have sworn I did something good this dungeon, but I guess not actually. I guess I'm just a complete liar. Maybe the explosives I'm remembering. That one I forgot there. I didn't get as well. Saw me panic clicking on it like 5 times. Couldn't get it for some reason. All these mobs just run away, so that's annoying, but they're dead. I heard the fish stick sound and I was worried, but there was no one there. So open with a barrel, open with some fire, kill the explosions. Now I like sweep the fish sticks. Finally like sweep the fish sticks. All it took was 2 casts to get off, 3 casts to get off, and I finally did it.
Crowd control.
Alright, easy pack. Hunter blew it up. So now we go over here. So this pack I didn't end up. So if I would have planned a little better, I would have got a woe from one of these relic packs, but I didn't. And so we end up killing the mobs in the hallway that leads to the first boss. You'll see. I call them the anti-melee mobs just because people don't like them, but I see a fish stick here. I'm gonna kill it. I should have just kited the mobs away from it, but I didn't really want to move from this position. I could have moved back to where we just were, and I probably should have. But it was whatever. These fish sticks don't have a lot of health since it's a 13. They can die in a few globals, and we don't have to worry too much. But I should have just kited. I should have just kited for sure. Would have just been a little bit faster. Those few globals would have been sunk into the ads instead of the fish stick. But it's fine. So this is a pack where probably should have got woe. But I know that we need the pack that's right behind it as well, the next pack. So I don't know. So this one we let 2 fish sticks get off. I leg sweeped late, and that's why they got off.
Crowd control.
Or leg sweep a too
totem.
many cooldown? I don't remember. But either way, we
Shockwave.
let the 2 get off, and that fish stick is just sitting there. So I'm watching their health go back up a lot. Not good. So they healed a bunch, but now is when I leave these and I kite, because I see the big guy coming and I realize I just need to start kiting his mobs. So I do, and they stop healing so much.
Attack totem.
So right around here, they no longer have the fish stick buff. So now they're no longer healing, and we can just lay into them. So I have my leg sweep up. I'm gonna get the next one. There we go. Leg sweep at the last possible second, and we are killing the pack perfectly. So the hunter got some good blast there. I think the hunter's carrying his rogue and warlock friend in this dungeon. He's a fully geared 3k IO hunter. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is where I was confused. At my own route, I didn't really remember what I was supposed to do. I knew I needed to pick some more stuff up. And actually probably would have needed to pick up an extra pack, but I looked for a relic, and I didn't see one in any of these 3 packs, so I just decided we'll kill this pack, and
Crowd control.
we just won't skip.
Attack totem.
It's a 13, it's whatever. Let that explosion go off, unfortunately. So, finishing up this pack, blasting it, and going into the next room. I've been having a lot of fun on Monk as we enter into these anti-melee mobs, like I said. Just super annoying for the melee champs to have to run in and out of these to kill them. I saw that NPC running down the stairs, and I was like, why is my team just dipping and skipping? And then one of them actually did and pulled those extra 2, so I caught that a little late, but we end up just doing all 4 mobs at the same time. It's not fun, but it is what it is. It's a 13. I tried to see if Ring Up Piece would do anything. It didn't do anything.
Watch your feet. Run.
Walk up to kill these explosions because my team's not getting them,
Watch your feet.
and
Run.
constantly getting reminders to run and watch my feet. This is what I'm talking about, anti-melee. But
Watch your feet.
I'm playing Monk, so it's not too bad.
Watch
I end up getting blasted a little bit. It's fine. I
Run.
knew I was going to get hit. At this point, I've got not a whole lot up,
Run.
but there's only 2 mobs left now, so it's fine.
Watch your feet.
But as I was saying, Monk is like, I don't know, it's just so fun to have a rotation that is like 10 buttons deep. It's a lot of click, you know, it's kind of a lot of thought process to like subconsciously remember that all and like get the rhythm of it, but and especially the correct order. Like there's definitely a lot of times still where I'm pressing my fire breath before the keg smash, or double keg smashing before I press fire in between, so I miss out on the burst of damage from the second keg smash from them being on fire. So it's just like, but besides all that, it's a lot of fun. So I throw down my totem as things are about to die, those relics, and it reduces the cooldown a bit. We dodge this frontal and the beam, and that guy brought his laser right on top of the orb, which is not good, but it's fine. I clashed this mob over. It wasn't enough. Also, the fact that that ring of peace didn't work is annoying as hell. I see explosions about to go off. One of them did, but I end up getting the other two, and the boss is at 1 HP already, basically, so I go into the relic, press the buttons as they start. Somehow all the orbs still aren't picked up, even though I have 4 DPS just running around like a bunch of apes. So I end up picking it up and putting it in the correct slot. Now we can fight the boss again through all this yellow shit that's standing right in the spot where we don't. You want that yellow shit to be anywhere but the current area it is. Anywhere else is preferable to where it is. But it's fine. Boss is almost dead anyway. We're gonna kill him before the next ads even come out, maybe. It's getting close. So I think I end up stunning them. Oh, the ROP works this time. I don't know why it didn't work the last time. I end up leg clashing it so I can get rid of that empowered defense, but he dies. So we're good. And the back half of the dungeon is coming up now. So yeah, 65% going in. Like I was saying, I picked up 1 pack too many of Murlocs, I think. That extra pack I picked up in between those 2 rocks, since I ended up doing the anti-melee units. Otherwise, if I didn't grab that 1 pack, I think it would have been perfect to count. I mean, actually, no. I think I picked up 2 extra packs, because going into the last room, we'll see that I have, like, a fuck ton of, percentage, like 90% going into the last room, which is too much for sure. I'll have to do a calculation on that last room to see how much percent's even in there. Definitely something like 15 or 20%. So someone pulled the extra ones. I wasn't really ready for it, but I had weapons and Fort Brew, so those are coming off now, but I popped it and I lived. So cleanse some of that red stagger away, and now we're down to 1 mob, just like that. Hunter doing a lot of damage. Even the Warlock doing a lot of damage too, actually. So we go up into this next pack. I mount up. Of course, I get the snail. That makes me go slow as hell. So I remount. Now I got the cool alpaca. And I don't know what the point of doing the route this way is. I just see some tanks do it this way. Most of them these days do it this way. Go to this pack, and then the pack in front of the boss, and then the relic pack. And that might just be to get double relics for the boss. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to think about that next time. Because you could get like Vi relic off the pack that's directly behind us now, and then you could get the relic off the boss. I don't know. This will be my first time tanking this boss. Maybe my second time tanking this boss. I couldn't quite remember. But that pack went smoothly. This pack will go fine. Clash that thing over, and then I kick it and try to get them to come over here. Dodge that swirl. Pick up that mob, since somehow he had aggro on someone else for a second. And then we hard focus the caster ones, since they are kickable by us. But not much to talk about in this pack, since it's just a basic pack of mobs, a couple kicks, a couple stuns, everything will go fine. It's pretty much how it goes for most packs. 90% of packs throw a stun out in the pack and there's nothing to worry about. But like I said, we could get Vi here. I didn't really think about it like that. I was just like, let's just get the double There's my leg sweep. Throw the leg sweep out. Just to stop some of these casts. Get my DPS some breathing room. Kill the explosions. I ended up weapons of ordering here for this pack. So we could get it done. And because we got the coming up. So I get tons of cooldown reduction thanks to Mechanicos. And I'm dying actually. That's right. I died here. And I don't remember why. The hunter almost died, but I accept the B-res and try to pick up aggro again. Just felt like I wasn't getting healed really. And when I look at my death recap, I see there was no regrowth cast on me before I die. So this guy was kind of just trolling me a bit. I'm not sure what happened, but it's fine. We get through it. I ended up not health potioning. I think I tried to panic press it. It didn't end up working. So I've seen the tanks. This is how they pull it. Put it into this corner to give the cone maximum reach, but I forgot you do still need to dodge the cone after it comes out. So that first like the first one you aim at the mobs, and then the next few you can aim at nothing, and then we got some more mobs to aim at. So we kill those ones, and then we dodge. And then now that the space is getting all cluttered up with the poo-poo, we roll into a new area, check there's no mobs, dodge the breath. What is it? Every other breath you need to kill with mobs, I think. Alright, so we get the, oh no, okay, so the fifth breath. So it's it was the first one and the third one and the sixth one, I guess. 1 through 6 are the breaths. Here's this one. So I'm not gonna get all of them because that one's gonna go. Oops. No, I am gonna get all of them. I just got knocked, and then I rolled further away as well. And that explosion's going off, so that's not good. And then we dodge again. I made a slight stutter step right at the very end. That was not good. I throw the Ring of Peace down just to let that, whoever that was, cast without having to worry. And we killed the boss quickly. Yeah, so as we see, we're going into the last room with a 91%, 91.91 percentage. That's a bit too much. But it's been a clean run. Only 1 death. Clash that thing to bring it in. Oh, I think we're gonna wipe here too because we don't kill the rifts. Or we don't kick the rifts. This is a lesson that I'm still kind of learning about this pack. I didn't realize the rifts actually did that much until recently. And then here we'll see why they do so much. Even on a 13, it is fortified, so they do extra damage, but even on a 13, it can blast. I did know about the reinvigorates though. We saw the reinvigorates, and I kicked one, the other guy kicked the other. So that was good. So this first pack was fine. It's the next pack that gets a little troublesome here as I wait for them to patrol around. And I should be targeting not the non-caster. I should be targeting one of the casters. So I try to kick them in. And we get our initial kicks off. And then let's see where everything goes wrong. Okay, so that one just got a rift off, and now we're getting healed back up, so it's fine. So this one's getting a reinvigorate off. I get the kick. And then here's the rift coming in 3, 2, 1. So that's rough, and then another rift is coming right now, and we're dead. And the other guy pulled that extra pack as well, so that just made it even worse. So because of that wipe, I'm just giving him a quick little reminder on which kicks need to be kicked. Telling him the rift and the heal are the prios, and nothing else matters really. Also pulling up the interrupts and seeing that the Warlock and the Rogue didn't kick anything. They might have stunned things, which can work, but they also just have an interrupt spell that needs to be used. So if the cast goes off and they didn't kick anything, I don't care if they stunned anything. I want to see them have their interrupts go off effectively as well, not overlap to someone else. So we go back into it. Attempt number 2. I open with a leg sweep on the first interrupt, the prio interrupt. I still have my kick. I'm holding it. I do see that Warlock just kicked something. I didn't see what spell it was, but hopefully it was a prio kick. And now we can go to the next pack, now that that pack got decimated. So we open up with the usual barrel, fire, barrel. And, oh, and I had a little bit of weapons rolling, that's why I pulled quickly as well. But chain pulls are always good. So keep the barrels going, keep the fire going. Spin the crane kick. Get the kick on the reinvigorate. Get the knock on the reinvigorate too, right at the last possible second. So that was good. Didn't have to deal with that mob full HP. Getting a full HP heal. I pulled the boss not the way I was supposed to. I'm supposed to pull the boss into the corner. I didn't end up pulling the boss into the corner because I was tilted about the kicks, so I wasn't thinking properly about the strat. And like I said, I don't tank, that often. Earlier, as I said,
Target change.
I've only tanked the dragon once or twice before this. I think once maybe on my druid. On a low key. So I weapons of order here to make sure that barrel die, and I also touch a death the pulsar instantly.
Target change. Watch your.
And we finish off this mob here. I weapons because I know we still have to get to the first half of the boss as well, since it's a 2-phase boss fight. So I had a little bit of, I knew it would come back up by the time the real boss started. So get these assassins. Oh, you guys ready? You're about to see more of a disaster, but it's a recoverable disaster. So we get these first kicks, and then
Special coming.
Noticed that no one is doing the star, so I just rolled into it quick, and I'm handling it for him now. And we have the buff, so we're just running into it.
Special coming.
The druid finally goes and gets that last one, finish it off with the 1 second, the last tick of and I remembered finally to pull the boss into this corner, but it was too late because they'd already casted the
Special coming.
the assassins, but I bring them into this corner anyway, just so. Oh, and then yeah, there goes the shuriken blitz. So here's where the disaster starts. Explosions everywhere, shuriken blitz, we're all bleeding to death. The healer has no idea what's happening. That explosion's about to go off. I'm just running backwards, further and further away for no reason. The warlock's dead. We got an interrupt on the thing, on the assassins. And that guy just ran away with his arrow. That warlock ran away with his arrow. So we have to triple spark. So that was super unlucky. But we will recover. We have 1 res for the hunter. And we'll dodge, and the hunter will live and do a lot of damage. So that's all that matters. So we see the star, and I'm going to type to the hunter to do the star here. Hunter, yeah, there he goes. He knows. The healer's not going to do it. And he figures it out for us, which is good.
Watch your step.
Druid's still figuring out, after I said B-res the hunter, he's still figuring out that there's a timer on it and that the hunter's alive already. But that's fine, you know. He was panicking because of it's just been a crazy pull.
Watch where.
But we recovered and that was really good. So since one's down, we're gonna have to do a double. So we end up getting most of them, and then somehow we ended up not getting 4. I don't think the warlock, or no, that was the druid's beam that missed the initial one. Yeah, so we should have only needed 2 debuffs, but we ended up getting 3, and me and the druid actually stacked on top of each other, so we ended up getting 4. That was not very smart of me. I wasn't fully aware that that's how it worked. But yeah, if you get hit by the 2 of the lines, you get the double stack. So
watch your step.
So go back into the corner. I've seen some people tank him on the stairs. That's right next to the middle. This corner is a bit further away. Yeah, this druid's crazy. He just instantly sprinted in and got the double stack, and now he got hit by the star, and so he casts his wild growth and then just runs into it one more time while he's in his death form. He's just an absolute mad lad. Also, he's playing necro with not playing the first conduit, so I just don't know what he's just all over the place. But we ended up killing it, and that's what matters. I ended up deathing the boss at the end. So throw up some resuscitates. And the dungeon is over. And that was, we were doing so well, and then I died on that 3rd boss, and then we had a ton of deaths on this last room. Was pretty crazy, but got a little loot, got some conduits. Oh, I get to trade. Yeah, that's right. I get to trade the paints to the rogue. So I was happy to spread the wealth of loot to the general masses. The more players have loot, the more players have fun, and the more players have fun, the more WoW has, as a community, is a fun place. So I've been enjoying WoW lately. Actually, this whole X-Pack, I don't know, it was kind of a disaster at the start because of the non-ult friendliness and the kind of grindiness of it, but it was a new X-Pack, so that was fun. And either way, video's over. See you in the next one.